Okay, we had the dominant one. Okay, Morphous killed it, and the sister Shizaru Zoe killed it as well, ripped it. You know how they do. Okay, they keep it moving all the time. I always see them all over the place down at Love and everything. All right, my man, you want to say what's up to? We got many people out there want to hear from you. You got anything to say?
What's up, party people?
Yeah. All right,
Right
so let me just ask you a couple of questions, all right? Because we got to kind of wrap this up. All right. Just tell the people where you're from.
Born in Virginia. I lived in South Florida for a number of years, from 1980 to 1990, and then traveled around a lot, but wound up in New York, I guess, in sort of the mid-90s. And have been living here off and on since then, really.
Okay.
I did a stint back in Florida for about 5 years, but I wound up back here in 2005.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing this? How long you been doing the music thing?
Music thing, I guess for about 15 years. I got back into it, but more on the production side. I was really into it when I was in like high school and when I was a kid.
Right.
And then I went in a different direction for a while, and then decided when I was about 28 to get back into it. But I went back into it more on the production side. That's where I spent a lot of my time. I did a lot of production work for a lot of DJs, like DJ Magic Mike down in Orlando.
Okay.
But it wasn't until I'd kind of given up on dance music altogether. I got real bored with it. So
right.
It wasn't until about 3 or 4 years ago where I got turned on to dubstep, and never really looked back after that. It was.
It's the progression I'm feeling, right?
Yeah. It was it changed my life. Dubstep changed my life. It saved my life. I was so disenchanted with everything, and it sort of gave me a fire. I got back into DJing.
Okay.
And it's been a lot of work. I've been working my ass off trying to get things going, but it's good.
Sounds good. Music sounds well as well. Both
awesome.
you guys. I've seen you guys perform. Just for the listeners out there, I've seen them perform. These guys really go in. They do the whole gear. I mean, they got from head to toe, okay, with the lights and the effects and the ambiance and the vibes and all that. So it's a great thing. I always like to see you guys perform.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, partnership with anybody. I know you work, because I've seen you work with, Coat of Arms and Hellfire. They've all been up here as well.
Yes, we are part of
collective called Basefield Mischief.
Basefield Mischief, BFM.
Basefield.
Yep.
Right.
And that's Coat of Arms, that's Hellfire Machina.
Right.
That's Eno,
right.
That's Joe Wise. Coat of Arms is obviously Nebula and Saroka.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where you guys usually at? I mean, I know you're at Love, but I've seen you at the Dark Room before. I've seen you at
We do lots of underground events.
A lot of underground events.
I'm doing. The city.
Yeah, there's a party this Saturday is at Urban Cabaret, which is on Bond Street between Broadway and Lafayette in Manhattan.
8 Bond Street.
Number 8 Bond Street.
Okay, people, understand that. That's 8 Bond Street in Manhattan. This Saturday, you said?
This Saturday.
Yes, May 1st. And also May 6th at Club Love is a Ronnie Size Metropolis party. So
yep, we're doing that's a Basefield Mischief party. We're bringing in Ronnie Size. I'm opening at 10 o'clock on that night.
Okay.
The Saturday, my set time's at I think 3:30 or 4 or something like that.
We have pre-sale tickets available too, so if you get on Facebook, you can check it out.
Got that. Influences. I know it's kind of heavy. We got a couple of minutes, but anything come up to mind?
Yeah, I mean, growing up listening to what I find interesting about dubstep. It comes from a lot of different places, and I run into a lot of kids that are really into speed metal and death metal that have gotten into it, and I meet kids that are into techno that have gotten into it.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was really into like hardcore punk rock.
Okay.
And that was a huge influence just on my aesthetic to music. Like when I listened to, I remember The Prodigy came out with Fat of the Land, and that to me was like the first time I ever heard like electronic punk rock. Like it had that high energy, everyone just lost their minds when they went to the shows, and I mean that kind of aesthetic. So that kind of thing, like the big beat sound from the 90s, but even before that, hardcore punk and that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel like just music is in a whole is kind of progressing in this movement, in this realm. I mean, if you listen to all kinds of music, there's electronic tones and digital what have you in everything, I think, across the board nowadays. It's just trying to, marry, I think, all those elements and, just keep it moving.
That's one of the favorite things I love about the genre of music. You can find some sort of influence from just about anything. Dubstep is so new, that it's not been pigeonholed, it hasn't been categorized. So you don't have people going, well, that's not a dubstep tune because it doesn't have X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You know, there's three main components. It's you know 135 to 145 beat per minute, and like a massive sub bass. Beyond that, you can pretty much get away with anything, and everyone's very open to it, and that's what's so cool about it.
There you go. Starting ground, you know. Before anybody really kills it. You know? Let me ask you.
Well, for me, it was, I lived overseas in Japan for about 13 years, and so that whole time I was gone, I missed a lot of the Western influence, anything that didn't make it over to Japan, but I got a lot of European influence. So I grew up playing jazz trumpet, and was really into punk rock myself, did a punk band in high school. So I come from a wide variety of genres too, but coming with that Japanese influence with some of the progressive jungle beats that they had back then. They actually do some electronica that's based on some of that, but the dubstep I discovered at Burning Man in 2008 at American Dream, and it just blew me away. It was more of a kinesthetic or an intuitive foray into dubstep, so I would wander from camp to camp looking for it all night long. It was just awesome. But, you know, last year wasn't as awesome, I felt, so this year we want to try to bring, Bassfield Mischief is going to bring it back.
There you go.
Really push
we'll be with Costume Code.
Summer, and we'll be affiliated with Costume Code on the Playa. And we're going to be hitting a bunch of burns, regional burns.
Yeah, right. I wanted to ask you, like, what kind of, I mean, you already mentioned a couple of shows you got coming up, but like any future plans? I mean, beyond.
Well, we're definitely going to Burning Man this year, so we'll be out on the Playa. That's the end of August, early September.
Between then and now, though, it's all about fundraising and touring.
Fundraising and trying to just get out and see different things. There's a couple of regional burns. There's, what was it, Transformers down in...
Hex is on the July 4th weekend. That's in Ramblewood in Maryland. Tickets are on sale now. And then there's Transformers, which is in Nashville, North Carolina. So we want to do the university circuit again.
Right.
We're hoping those university fans can build up. And we'll bring the Bassfield Mischief around the university circuit.
We're going to be at a town near you, a school near you, a college near you, a campus near you.
We're bringing the wobble party.
We'll bring it all, okay?
We want to see some wobble booty out there.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to finish this up. You got any shout-outs you want to give? How people can contact you, anything like that? Just let them know.
Bassfield Mischief.
BassfieldMischief.com. You can find me on Facebook or MySpace under Morphous or Andrew Morphous. That's MORPHOUS. There's no E in that. And
I'm Shizaru Zoe. That's SHIZARU.ZOE. I'm also on Facebook, MySpace. We have SoundCloud as well.
Yeah, I do put up a couple of new tracks or things that I'm working on. You'll find that on SoundCloud as well, so you can always find, or if you want to hear new sort of works in progress. We played some stuff today that we hadn't played at all, really. I mean, we did the Pain and Pleasure, which we performed in the past, but not this version of it. And the same thing with the last couple of tracks that we just played with the trumpet on it. Those are all ours as well.
Well, of course, we want to call out to one of our favorite DJs.
Yeah, DJ KMILLION.
Yes.
Thank you, very good.
It
was a blessing.
KMILLION.
I'm blessed, you know, I'm always blessed because I always have, you know, many different talents and so on, and you guys definitely stepped up, and, you know, my people, my fans, all the people out there right now listening, they've definitely been blessed as well, and I know they're, you know, definitely happily and grateful.
Awesome.
Come on out and see a live show, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We'll definitely, you know, we'll keep blasting you guys, you know, and anytime you got anything.
Most of the parties we throw are really cheap too.
Yes.
Okay. Anywhere from $5 to $10.
We're looking to have a good time with music.
We're not looking to you know, gouge you at the door for $30 or something.
We do offer a multi-sensory experience that I think is totally worth it.
Fog and
Ethnogenic
lights.
friendly too.
There you go. All right, people. So that's it. We're about to sign off. We got the very artists about to come on. All right. We want to thank you guys again.
Thank you.
All right. And yeah, just want to give a couple of shout outs to some people out there. Hip Step Massive. Okay. That is the whole crew out on the West Coast. All right. TC Islam. All right. I want to give a shout out to Jamal Ski. He's out in Paris. He'll be back here soon. I want to give a shout out to Red Black.